what's up guys, Klink here and welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we're going to be discussing possibly Garden Warfare 3 being released and teased recently. Now, I haven't done a video talking about Garden Warfare 3 for about 9 months now, or is it 7 months? I can't remember. I was looking at my channel earlier and trying to figure out when my last video I did make about Garden Warfare 3 was. And so yeah, I was trying to look at what I'd said and stuff, just to make sure I don't repeat myself, because yeah, I tend to do that. So yeah, if you guys haven't been paying attention recently, or you haven't seen Dylan's videos or Zero's videos about Garden Warfare 3, Garden Warfare 3 is kind of teased at the moment. We have been getting some teasers for Garden Warfare 3, and honestly, I'm so excited. Like, if Garden Warfare 3 is actually a thing that's being made right now, I am so excited because of how good Garden Warfare 1 and Garden Warfare 2 both were, and because it's been longer than it was between Garden Warfare 1 and Garden Warfare 2 already, they must be working on a really big game. It's going to be so much better than Garden Warfare 2, hopefully, in terms of graphics and content. And just everything about the game could be like 10 times better than Garden Warfare 2, just because of how much of a big step Garden Warfare 2 was from Garden Warfare 1 with the graphics and all the content. So if we're going to be keeping that scale from how much has improved between the two games, I'm going to say that Garden Warfare 3 could possibly be amazing with the different graphics and how everything looks, and the new game modes possibly. That could be a thing. But yeah, if you guys haven't seen, there have been some teasers. So if you go on to Justin's Twitter, he does say, if there was another Garden Warfare made, what would be your top feature requests? Purely a hypothetical question for my own curiosity. This is very interesting because there was another tweet made by Gary Clay back in 2014, and he said, if PopCap ever made another Garden Warfare, what would be your #1 feature to add? What characters would you want to see? Now, Gary Clay did used to work at PopCap. I remember when he had his final live from PopCap stream, but yeah, he doesn't work at PopCap anymore. But we have got a tweet from Justin, who does currently work for PopCap and could possibly be working on a Garden Warfare 3. This is very interesting because these tweets are very similar, and after Gary Clay did make this tweet, the game of Garden Warfare 2 did get released, and this is really interesting, honestly. So I'm really excited for a possible Garden Warfare 3. Hopefully you guys are as well, because I honestly enjoyed Garden Warfare 2 so much. I think I've almost got 1,000 hours in total on the game. I've got to max rank in the Xbox version of the game, and I'm working my way there on PlayStation. I know that there's other people like JJ who have got to max rank on 2 accounts, which is honestly crazy. You spent way too long on that game, but honestly, a Garden Warfare 3 would be so awesome, because that game was awesome for maybe like a year. After all of the DLCs kind of like finished, my interest for the game sort of went away a little bit. But I'm really happy that there could possibly be a Garden Warfare 3. And there's a few things that I would possibly want to see in Garden Warfare 3, like maybe old maps returning from Garden Warfare 1, because I honestly preferred the maps in Garden Warfare 1 that weren't in Garden Warfare 2. I really liked how one of the maps in Garden Warfare 2 was more focused around like the plants, happy like colour themes, and that was probably my favourite map for Team Vanquish in Garden Warfare 2, was one of the new maps, because it had both the zombie side and the plant side, which was nice because it made me feel like I was playing Garden Warfare 1 again because of how colourful it was. Garden Warfare 2's maps were quite dark and they weren't as colourful, and I feel like that's what I didn't like about the maps in Garden Warfare 2, because the zombies had taken over. So I'm interested to see how the story would go for Garden Warfare 3, possibly having like a new single player mode that's literally focused on single player. That would be really cool, with cutscenes and everything like that. I would honestly love playing that, because That would be really fun, like not just small little quests that you do around the backyard, like an actual story with cutscenes and areas to go to that you can't go to anywhere else in the game if you're playing on multiplayer. That would be really cool. I'd also like to see new variants for characters. I think I've already mentioned this in my last Garden Warfare 3 thoughts video, but having new variants, so like maybe a toxic sunflower, or like for example, or like a toxic cactus or something, that would be really cool. And some new characters added into the game. I think Dylan has some ideas for what different characters he'd like to see, like a pepper class and stuff like that. So that would be really cool to see new characters, because they did bring in, I think, 6 new characters, or was it, I think it was 6 new characters at the start of the release, and then they released the hover goat and the Torchwood, but I don't want them to return to Garden Warfare 3 if Garden Warfare 3 is a thing. I honestly don't agree with adding the Torchwood and the hover goat as playable characters, because they didn't add any variants for them, and the time it took you to unlock these characters was crazy. It'll take you about a month to unlock these characters, and spending a lot of time getting the rainbow stars, and they just weren't worth the time. The only reason you probably want to get them is to get to max rank, and if you haven't got the unicorn chomper, then that's not possible anymore. So that's kind of interesting, although I would probably like to see another reward character for Garden Warfare 3 if you did get to max rank or to a certain level in Garden Warfare 2. That would be really cool. I really like the idea of getting to max rank in a previous game to then unlock a special character that you can only get if you get to max rank in a previous game. Like, it made me really want to get to max rank in Garden Warfare 1, and that's why I spent so long trying to get to max rank in Garden Warfare 1. And it was just so awesome to play as a unicorn chomper in Garden Warfare 2, knowing that only people who were max rank in Garden Warfare 1 could play as this character, which is why I'm glad they didn't bring the Unicorn Chomper back into Garden Warfare 2 as an unlockable character and only in the Mystery Portal. I was okay with the Mystery Portal because you could only play as the Unicorn Chomper in the Mystery Portal. You can play as the Unicorn Chomper in the backyard or in just the normal regular game modes, so I was okay with that. But anyways, I want to know what your thoughts are for this new tease, or your thoughts for what you would want to see in Garden Warfare 3. That would be really awesome to know. I'm really interested to see what you guys think, and hopefully you did enjoy the video. Sorry it's a bit weird and the setup's a bit weird, or I don't sound like I normally do. I'm recording this like different with a different setup to what I normally do. I explained it in my video yesterday, but basically I've just got no electricity upstairs in my house, so I haven't been able to record videos, but I did move my PC downstairs so I could record, because I feel like I didn't want to take a break if I didn't feel like taking a break from YouTube. So and obviously I did take a big break from YouTube as well, and I feel like I'm more motivated to make videos now, so I'm looking forward to making more videos for you guys. But hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video. If you did, then please leave a like, they really do mean a lot to me. Subscribe to be notified when I upload new videos, and I do go live on YouTube, and I will hopefully see you all again next time. Have a good day everyone, goodbye.